I was like kind of choked up with pride. But not just because, but only because it's awesome. So we also have that available, and you can see the Catherine, Hank's lovely wife. About that, it's $15, which I think is a steal because it's like got 25 songs or something. Pretty much every song ever recorded, except with real instruments now. Studio, cool.
An accordion.
Yeah, there's an accordion. For God's sakes, an accordion. Okay, I'm gonna let you play a song and shut up.
Okay. So sometimes brothers get choked up with pride about each other's accomplishments, and that's what's been sort of, I feel like, pretty common for me, because John has been writing excellent books since before we were really good friends again. So it's sort of like what happens with brotherhood is you get like your friends, or siblinghood, you're friends when you're kids. You like hang out with each other every single day for the first 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years of your life, depending on whether you're the younger or the older. And then that ends. One goes away, the other goes the other place, and then you only sort of know your sibling oftentimes as a young person. And so like you sort of imagine them for the rest of your life as that person who was 14 years old, which is maybe not the healthiest way to have a relationship with someone who's very close and important to you. And that's sort of how I pictured John when his first couple books came out. I thought of John as an 18-year-old, John left home before he went to boarding school, so he left home before even most people do. So I sort of was picturing John as a 16-year-old kid who was writing these really great books. So it was sort of a mixed up idea in my head about who John was and how he was doing these things. And then throughout Brotherhood 2.0, we sort of got to know each other as adults, which has been sort of a really special and enchanting and thankfully healthy experience. It could have gone badly, I think. And it may yet. We will be in the same car for the next 18 days together. So, yeah. It got a little tense earlier today. John was really anxious to get here, and he just started going at a red light.
I thought it was green. I looked up and I saw a green light.
Yeah.
And then I went.
Yeah, and I said, John, which is apparently what you say when you get really nervous about the fact that you're about to have a car accident in a rental car.
I don't know why you're freaking out.
So when I read Paper Towns, it was sort of a fundamentally different experience than when I read Catherine's and Alaska, because it was sort of like it was my brother, but it was somebody that I didn't really know very well who was writing these books, and now John and I know each other pretty much as well as we know anybody, except probably our wives. And so it's been a completely different experience, and reading Paper Towns, I honestly felt like almost all the time I felt like I wasn't experiencing John through it. I was just experiencing the book itself, and it was like reading any other book, except I loved it a lot. And then at the end, I was like, holy crap, my brother did that whole thing, and it was great. And so I decided to try and be a part of Paper Towns as much as possible. So I wrote a song about it, this was the longest intro in the world to me, and showing the fact that I wrote a song about Paper Towns. And this is it. It's called The List.